Hello, good evening, everyone. I'm gonna give it a few moments for everybody to hop on, and we'll get things off shortly. Hope everybody's having a good day. We're gonna basically go over a little bit of legacy, a little bit of crypto, a little bit of everything. For the ones who've been watching for a little bit, we're gonna go ahead and talk about the Ichi setups for the ones that have already broken out of the cloud, what's going on with them, what to do next with them. And yeah, retweet this. Let's get some viewers in here, see if anybody has some nice setups, and let's make some money for tomorrow. I want to have a good week this week. I'm off tomorrow. If I can get a good, nice, strong start Monday, we'll be good to go for the rest of the week. So, yeah, let's see what happens. Let me go ahead and open up my restream chat so I can go ahead and see what everybody is saying. If not, this video will be saved for later so everybody can watch it. Seems everybody likes to do that a lot for some reason. But futures, look at that, they're already going green. Oh boy. Let's see what kind of green are they doing down here. Couple of things I want to also talk about is so as you can notice, so if we have these breakouts right here right now, I'm using this MTFA feature over here, multi-time frame analysis feature on TrendSpider, and so I don't have to cycle through the weekly. So right now we're getting rejected through the weekly. We hit the weekly Kijun, which is a nice target point. We exploded to the weekly mid B bands, and now we did this nonsense over here. So right now, Kijun, this whole area right over here is hard support on Dow in general. So, do I think this is going to break? I think it's going to take a lot for this one to break. So, we'll see if it's going to break. I really don't think this is going to be a bad week. Yeah, I think it's going to be a good week. I don't think there's nothing bad really indicating. I mean, I get people are bringing up like COVID. A lot of people are bringing up like the COVID stuff to me. They're like, yeah, man, wave 2's coming. I'm like, yeah, I guess it's a little bit, I can be a little bit weary about it now, but we've had so much time to prepare for it. Yo, what's up, Do Trades? Yeah, man, weekend's going good so far. I had to like venture to Timbuktu to find steak today, but I got it. I was gonna cook something else, but steak was the best choice. So yeah, let's hop into it. So SPY, look at this. It's just going. SPX is just going off to morning. So it has a little bit of work to do. So as far as levels are concerned over here, let's go ahead and draw those levels out. This is the main level. It needs to go ahead and clear and start forming some price action over there. And zooming out, I would say a next fair point would be over here. So I would say this is our thing for up till the morning. If we can go ahead and get price action and go ahead and tap up to here, maybe consolidate a little bit up here, and then we explode in the morning. That's ideally what we want. So this is going to be a big turning point over here, in my opinion, would be 3120 area, 3120, 3110, between that area. So that'll be a big point for tomorrow. Let's just peek at Bitcoin too. I mean, we all know my opinion on Bitcoin, so it's just the same thing over and over again. No weekly structure, higher high broken, no need to go bullish. This is actually starting to curve. And so the people who do pay attention to me on this end of things, B-band curve is not good. How long do you think this red line's going to hold? Not much longer, but let's see. As far as I'm still concerned, this is still in a range, so that means altcoins, like things like this that are ready to wind up and ready to explode, these are going to be making a lot of money. But yeah, I mean, that's where Bitcoin is at. You might be able to get some pumps up here. There's the high level, I would say, probably at this point. Yeah, 97.50 is probably a fair number, 97. That's a good target up at that point. Yeah, a lot of people mentioned a couple things to me, and they looked really nice. And look at this shit. I cannot believe that this popped up like this. They rebranded, and it's just been mooning. What an insane flip too. Ave. This is Lend. So, nobody talked about Lend this entire time, and now Lend is just going to the Lend moon. So, yeah, anyway, that's not too much going on with crypto. It's bearish. Altcoins, we'll go ahead and go to the altcoins at the end. Crypto, well, maybe a little bit of pumps. We're just here and there. But overall, I'm looking for bearish positions. SPX weekly, as far as I'm concerned over here, we do have a little bit of work to do on the weekly end of things. We're still inside of the clouds. We have soft support underneath of us around this 3,000 area. If we can go ahead and get out of these clouds around this 3130, 3150 area, I'll feel a lot more comfortable. So this whole week, I would say we need to go ahead and close. I would ideally like price action to be over 31 before we close the week. Not much of a difficult target. It's only 25 bucks. I don't know if that's going to be hard for the market or not, but I think if we can hold around like the 25 bucks to $40 range, I think we'll be okay. The biggest concern out of everything I have over here would be this. We have this odd gap forming over here. So I think there's going to be a lot of bullshit that goes through around this odd gap. So if we do get some sort of pump around here, I think what my main plan at this point is that if we look like we're going to have some hard time breaking up past this area over here, I'm probably going to go ahead and flip into metals. Even if I don't flip into like put calls, I want to get into metals or something that'll keep going up regardless. So I think metals will be a good point to go ahead and get into, especially the way gold's looking. Gold's looking fantastic. Let's go ahead and switch to gold. Gold. Oh, I forgot to retweet my own thing. Let's see if anybody else got me. Nobody got it. Okay, let me retweet this. I'm live. Okay, it's been retweeted. So yeah, gold's in a really, really nice spot over here. I think gold's going to go ahead and start exploding. I've been waiting for this whole entire upper range to go ahead and blow for quite some time now. The little miners were getting a little sketchy over there. They were getting really worried. So hopping over to metals over here. So cloud's starting to reform over here. We went ahead and did a bullish TK over here. We're finally getting price action that's closing. That closed nicely. This was a nice candle close in my opinion. So just a little bit more work to do, and I think overall, if it happens this week, I think we'll see 1,800 gold this week. So we'll go ahead and see if we have good price action that gets us to 1,750. I would say 1,800 is definitely the target. As far as targets go for later on, I'm going to go ahead and say this would be the first target for gold, and then at 1850, and then we would have to go from there. I don't know what's going to happen to there, but those would be my two targets, and I'm sure things like silver will react, because silver is actually setting up way nicer than gold. There's no like little twist that's happening over here. See how like there's a slight little cloud over here? It's not the same thing with silver. There's actually a thick cloud over here, and we're going to go ahead and turn. So really just watching silver over here, going to go ahead and see if this explodes over here. So the target for silver still lies in this box over here. I would say shyly underneath 20. $19 is not a bad target at this point. I still think if we can go ahead and clear this 1975 range, we'll go ahead and hit that $20 for sure. It's really short from there. But from there, it's pretty much like up to the upside. A little bit of pit stops here from $21 of this range. But once this is really cleared, I mean, I'd say 26, 25. The way order flow is looking, I mean, there's been players over here doing the same thing. Watch this. So yeah, what tickers are you guys looking at? You guys looking at anything interesting? Anything for next week? I mean, my buddy mentioned a bunch of tickers to me, so I added a bunch of them. Like, check this out. He mentioned Wayfair to me. I'm so fucking late to the game on this one. I don't know why nobody mentioned this to me. Wayfair has done 600% since COVID. What? What the hell is this? Wayfair, of all things. Like, that's crazy. So, really wild to see that go ahead and explode through. I'll go ahead and tell you the list that my buddy gave me. Let's see. What did I put it under? Oh, put under ducks. Hang on. Yeah, where's the list? Okay, here it is. Yeah, I added a couple to my list that I'm interested in for this week. So, starting with this one, so yeah, obviously we have Wayfair over here. I was just showing you guys that weekly flip over there. We have WBA over here. Now, I'm really curious. I really got to get in the habit of putting them over here. But yeah, I really wanted to run them through over here in a moment with you guys. But yeah, Walgreens is another one that I'm looking at. Delphi, just seeing if these set up nicely, because the explosions on these end is going to be great. So, just watching right now. Not really entering. Just got a bunch of tickers from somebody. DKNG. DraftKings. Crafts is I'm watching as well. Crafts has a big gap to fill. I think if Crafts can go ahead and go for it this week. I mean, I don't like the fact that this is curving and everything. So we'll go ahead and see how Monday opens on Craft. But Craft has a huge gap to fill. I mean, I'm just going to be generous and do it this way. I think that's fair. So Craft has a huge gap. I haven't really checked order flow for Craft, but giving you an example of what order flow I've been seeing. So this is June. Let's go ahead and do this prior to the pop on silver. So we'll say Monday last week. Clorox. Yeah, Clorox. Yeah, I will go ahead and check that. I think I still have calls left on that one. SLP. So this is Monday last week. We've had these, which looked bearish to me initially. We've had these unnecessary leap buyers. These leap buyers are buying $30 call strikes for two years out. This is actually a really nice play because that's 108. For some of these are really nice over here. 14 cents for a $31 strike. So basically the only way these guys are going to be profitable is if we start exploding out past this $21, $22 range. So it's really interesting to see that these guys are expecting this kind of movement or even volatility towards the upside. So I'm really excited about this one. So SLV is one that I'm pretty huge on at this point. There's just so much order flow. It's constant. This is just for the first 2 weeks of the month. We've had unnecessary amounts, and if we go as far as size goes, you have some decent big sizes coming through on them. I mean, these are obviously the smaller price plays, but even so, I mean, plenty of time to get some kind of volatility out of it, plenty of time to go ahead and play a little bit of safety. You have tons of play. This is the only one that might hold a little bit of extra risk, would be this $19 one. So don't get this can't find live in here. What's wrong? Yeah, LGFA didn't have nice options, but I will definitely check that. LGF.A. Yeah, LGFA had a nice setup on, let's go ahead and find the chart. Yeah, on the hourly. So it went ahead and popped into here and popped up a little bit. So we'll go ahead and see if it ends up closing out of here. It's still going ahead and twisting over here. We'll see how that pop goes on LGA. Not bad overall. Oh, I don't know what you're saying. Sorry. WPM? Yeah, let's check that. Oh, yeah, see, this is pretty much how all metals look. They look like they were going to go into the cloud, so like going into them, GDX, these all looked like shit the other day until they started popping up off of here. So none of these candles have gone inside of the clouds yet, which is leading me to believe, are we going to go ahead and pop up? Nuke it doesn't count. But there's a couple of them that, like, see, like RGLD, I was expected to come down. This had such a nice run up, so I think RGLD is still going to go ahead and come down. Overall, this isn't very good that it's coming down over here. I'll say RGLD is probably going to come back to $100, and then we'll see a little bit of a difference. Gold, we already did that one. So here's the thing that we want to talk about over here is the entry into the clouds and then what to do now that it's been extended. So you've missed all these moves up, and now there's no sort of setup over here. So the main setup that we were discussing last week was a bullish TK happening early, and then price action entering into the clouds, and then playing a top tap to the clouds. Doesn't matter what time frame you play it, you just got to be able to find it and play it. And this is on Ichimoku. And you can't play that without the B bands on, and that's something you really, really need. So anyway, we had a lot of them go ahead and explode. So to use examples, and for the people who did watch, because I'm sure they're gonna watch again, some great examples were MFA, all these couple. So we had people mention these up over here early on the one stream, and they all ended up popping up a little bit. So they're just consolidating inside of the clouds. I think once this span gets into the clouds over here, I think this is going to go ahead and take off. So MFA is one I really want to go ahead and see continuation on over here. IVR's, it's just examples over here at this point. All entered the cloud, all went ahead and popped up and exploded. The ones that did go ahead and explode a little outwards, this is where we're at the point. We're at the point where everything's just consolidating, waiting for the next move. So, going back to the other chart. Let's go back to WPM. Nope. Okay. So the reason you want B bands is because whenever the price extends on the outside of the B bands, that leaves you a lot more risk to where the price is either gonna keep extending heavily or it's gonna come down big like this and start consolidating sideways before it starts to move. So you got examples over here where, let's see, I could probably use it better over here. So this, I'll use a better one. Hold on. There'll be one. Hang on. Yeah, I mean, for those who do understand what I'm saying, I mean, look at this is basically the dotted lines as the weekly B bands. So you can see the squeezes on the weekly B bands. You can see the range that it's playing on over here. You can see what the lagging span over here is doing. But overall, that is pretty much what we're doing over here. Seeing where these things have been now, that they've been extended on the outside of the clouds, and how they've been consolidating. Are they losing major levels? If any of them are starting to go inside of the clouds, or if they're underneath the Kijun, those are the things you want to worry about. But for example, Nike over here. Nike doesn't look too bad. Nike has a bunch of support below. Nike has a tons of support around this $90 level, $91 level. So really, to really think that Nike is going to go ahead and break this level, I would be shocked. We already had the span go ahead and break out over here. So I think that Nike's going to go ahead and have to head up to this level up over here to 108. That's going to go ahead and be the top of the bands for the weekly bands. And that is not a bad target in my opinion, because if we go ahead and aim for this area, you can go ahead and aim for it like this instead of aiming so exact. I can just use this level. That's a horrible line, but you get my point. I think I have a lot of people who ask me, well, I'm not going to get into the order flow part just yet. Yeah, so these are the other things you want to worry about. So I always say never ever aim for the exact op. At least me, I personally don't. I don't like to aim for exacts. I like to set things a little bit less or a little bit higher, just because I find it a little bit safer. So with that in mind, we've already had this extension over here. You had these ugly candles over here. You had this ugly rejection that day. So everything came down. So now you have these ugly closes over here. So these are the things you want to avoid right now. You want to avoid the ones where the clouds are starting to close over here. You're starting to see price action not really explode through here. And you're seeing this be a bearish TK again. Ones that are strong is probably going to be all of tech. Yo, is for the ones that everybody who's watching, is the voice and everything okay? Yo, no problem for the stream. Yeah, thank you guys for joining. That means more to me. I don't mind doing the streams. It's if people actually want to watch and actually watch it, which seems they want it lately, so that's awesome. Okay. So AMD's one, like AMD has let's go check AMD over here actually. Hold on. I think I have to log out and log in. Yep. I was not signed in. Okay. Like, Hal's a great example over here. Like, Hal, this is the weekly B-bands over here. Hal had this tight squeeze over here, and the entire time. Like, the daily B-bands, it's hella extended outside the daily B-bands. And then not only that, you have a double whammy where it just rode the extended daily B-bands, and then it got extended outside the weekly B-bands. So to see such an extension outside the weekly B-bands, like, that's what B-bands is for. When you see these kind of extensions outside of there, that's what you want to play. So I know this is hindsight at this point, but like, oh man, like, look at this, such an extension over here. So to not bet at this point would have just been nuts. So I'm glad I have all these ways to like look at things at one time rather than having to scroll through. But yeah, so this extension's over here, so Hal's over here, so we have the weekly B-bands up here for the people that are joining. Like, this is going to be the target over here. Keijin's the first one, but the final target is 21. AMD. Alright, AMD. So if we are looking just as far as ranges go, we're at the upper range of AMD. AMD does have a little bit of a concern over here, just a tiny little bit, because, so this is COVID. So it was riding the upper B bands the entire time, still riding over the 20 SMA as far as the weekly midpoint goes. So then it popped out of there, bounced over here on the bottom, Keijin over here on the weekly. So the dotted line's the weekly stuff. Okay, so I'm using multi-time frame things. So it hopped over here with a lot of confluence over here and has been just riding up on this range. So the things that we're basically looking for at this point is, are we going to go ahead and start seeing these extensions upward to where it starts forming these band riding up? Now, if it's really crazy, it could look just like that last chart that I showed you guys. So this is what you want to look for. So it's the same wordage where I can just use this chart. Price compression over here, confluence with your Ichi, confluence with multiple other factors, and you'll just see things go. If I want to go ahead and get a little bit more technical, price action's riding up on the POC, price action's on a nice little volume area. I think just a couple more daily closes, and it's going to go ahead and take off. A great example of what I'm talking about would be something like INTC. So if we look at INTC right now, you see this POC volume shelf area? It's holding up really, really nicely. If this ends up holding, I think it's going to go ahead and take off. Holding on the middle 20 SMA. If there is a little bit of an extension on the downside, you have this little structure down over here, which I think overall will hold. So that's what I'm going to be watching over here is INTC. Going to go ahead and see if it's going to go push through all the way a little higher on INTC. Overall, I'm really bullish on this company anyway. If you haven't, I mean, it depends. TrendSpider, I want to get used to and start using more, just because they have more features that I like, and they just have a couple things that I really like a lot more than TradingView. I just am so used to using TradingView that I can't help but use it, but I don't pay for TradingView. I just use the basic free one. If I want to use crypto, I just end up using Go Charting. Like, Go Charting has all the crypto stuff. Or I can hop on to, like, that Coin Trader Pro thing over here. Friends Coin. Friends Coin? What's the market cap of Friends Coin? Aw. Look, anybody who bought Friends Coin was not a good friend. Because this shit's down. Is it ever going to pump? Are the friends... Look. I'm going to give the friends some hopium. I'm going to tweet about this one. Maybe somebody will buy their coins. Bail the friends out. See if I can pull out some hopium over here. Oh, yeah, look. The friends pump incoming. Tell me this is not going to happen. Okay? So if Bitcoin... I don't even know if this is even on exchange anymore. Let's go into the weekly. Oh, man. Something's got to give. Is it going to go? Friends. Is this even real? All right. Oh man. All right, we'll do this one at the end. We'll have some fun at the end of the stream. Yeah, I like to anyway, but yeah, I like to circle my choices around just so I can have multiple choices. Dixie, that's what I'm concerned about because I have plays for next month for Dixie. Fucking Dixie. So going to the... So here on Dixie, here's another study over here. So price compression over here, but price failed to go ahead and break out. But you saw over here where the span ended up breaking through the clouds over here. So never really did anything, just broke through over here. Price action started, ended up following over here. So now we're to the turning point where the 20 SMA is still cutting, and now we're at a point where we're at an important rejection point. So if this doesn't flip over here, and this 20 SMA doesn't start curving over here, in my opinion, it's going to come back down to 96. So looking at that curve is super, super important. Lun. Let me see. And I'm sure you guys just want to know how to make money tomorrow. And oh, dude, Lum does look really good. Oh, man, dude. This shit will pump for no reason. I don't like this oversold stuff, but who cares? Maybe a little bit of a pullback to reset things. This is not bad to watch, man, because I really love the fact that it's in, like, this buy zone. Like, why wouldn't I want to bet some money? Like, how long is this buy zone? August last year? Dude, this is ideal. I like this play, man, because, like, this just means that... Alright, so the way I'm looking at this is a range. Any kind of Bitcoin positive movement it has, like, this is going to be the next target, like, almost guaranteed. I don't even have to do any kind of super TA on this. It's just... Like, look, even the clouds say that. I could even aim a little bit lower to be Mr. Responsible. Here, I'll aim a little bit lower. How much is that? That's almost 100%. Guaranteed that's gonna happen at some point. That's just how scams work in this space. Like, look, they told you not to invest in this scam. I mean, I get it was a scam, but yo, what the fuck? This scam pumped 2,600%. I get it's dumping now, but still, you get in early and you get out fast. BLZ's, I have a huge bag of BLZ. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, what was my stuff? Okay, here it is. Man, dude. So this is what you guys want to look at for the crypto people. We're just going to hop to crypto because you guys are giving too many good things. So if you want to be like all the influencers, dude, find something that's in range, give it a long period date of a target, and it will fucking pump and blow. You don't even have to have a brain. You just have to find a range, play the range, and have some sort of common sense of, hey, it's... Okay, so you can use a stop loss, but stop losses probably won't work because if you're using a stop loss, that means you're probably using a stop loss on a lower time frame. And if you're basing these kind of trades off lower time frames, you're gonna fucking lose your money. I guarantee it. So you want to have macro time frame sense on these things. So that's why I'm on the weekly. Like, I don't need to do too much research on these kind of coins. I just need to find a range, and I know exactly what to look for. Even if I'm not looking for a range, all I have to look for is consolidation. Like, this isn't a range. This is just like some bullshit consolidation over here with the next move up. So this is what you want to go ahead and look at. Find those ranges, play those move backs and pullbacks. But the way you want to play these also is looking at Bitcoin over here. Let's go to a 4-hour time frame. So, okay. And you see this? This is ace. I was short this whole fucking time. It hasn't really made too much money yet, but it'll break. It'll eventually break. So you want to identify some sort of range in Bitcoin. I don't care how you figure it out, but you want to find a range. So for this stream, this is the range for Bitcoin that we're going to be discussing right now. So this is the range for Bitcoin. We can probably move this range up to the red. So you can pick either or. You can pick the red one or the gray one. So that's the range for Bitcoin. Don't worry too much about the clouds. Don't worry too much about the candles. Just worry about the fact that, hey, price is either going to be at the top of the range or price is going to be at the bottom of the range. If the price is at the bottom of the range, that's when you go ahead and skip back over to Bluezell and you're like, shit, price is back at the bottom of the range, and I think it's going to go ahead and pump and scam more people and go sideways and collect more fees, which I'm just seeing this right off the bat on Bitcoin too. I'm just like, okay, cool. All right, Bitcoin, I see you. Price just doing nothing. All right, pop up a little bit, and then we'll go up here. So midpoint's not bad of a point to bet either. Just keep in mind your entries might not be the best, but yeah. So that's the kind of mindset you want to have. Is like the lower range. Once it's past the midpoint and it's further to the bottom end of the range, or if it's actually at the range, that's when you want to go ahead and skip over to these and start finding these and being like, all right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and bet over here. When things are at the top of the range over here on Bitcoin, that's when you want to go ahead and take your profits or figure out how much of your moon bag are you actually going to hold, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, moonbag, man. As far as targets go for this one, though, I would have to be safe and go off wick points. So that would really be the first target over here. If we can go ahead and start doing some work up there, we'll have a little bit better. So already popped up a good little bit out of there. So I would say 195% off the bottom is pretty nice. So I would say a little bit of a pullback would be really nice. Like you'd really want this pullback, I would say, to come back around here. At least for me. I would want a pullback. I don't know if I'd get one, but FSN, yeah, I can check that. Fusion Network, okay. Ooh. What is this? How much is this? 200%? Dang. But I love the volume. Going off the volume spike, how much is it up? Still a 75%. Like if they rebrand, if there's some sort of fundamentals behind this one, I think it could I think it could look a little bit better, or I think it could do a little bit of work. Bancor. I used to be a fan of this coin. Dang. Bancor hit the target. So if you look at things as far as consolidation points go, it's at the target. And if we talk about those B band extensions, price extending outside of the B bands, perfect example. This shit's not gonna last unless they like introduce a partnership with NASA. I'm probably gonna go ahead and say 219%. This shit is 100% gonna come back. Well, 99% gonna come back. Not financial advice, but my opinion, I think it pulls back a little bit from over here. There is still a slight more chance for gains if you do want to go ahead and look for a little bit more upside. I would say probably about there, depending on how the consolidation goes once it gets back into the bands. So maybe a little bit of a pump for another 40% for Bancor. But yeah, missed this one. Nice volume though, so maybe they rebrand or something. I think that's going to be a thing. A lot of things are going to be rebranding. Okay, so back to stocks. Stonks. JP Morgan. Another one. Clouds, shitty clouds formation over here. So really needs to go ahead and push through and get over here. This is the midpoint over here right now on the weekly end of things as well. So $102 is... I mean, the way you find pullbacks is basically just look at consolidation points. I mean, like, here's the point that I would go ahead and look for some sort of pullback. I can go ahead and zoom in a little bit. 20 SMA could be used as a pullback. Kijun zone could be used. Tenkin zone could be used as a pullback. No, well, I actually got started in crypto like 4 years ago, and so I've been doing crypto for a while. It's just I've gotten to the point where with crypto, it's either it's there for me or it's not there for me, or the market's like really really exciting in crypto and I'm doing it like all the time. But stocks, I mean, stocks is like alt season for me every single day. I can't like help it. Yo, J-Bags, dude, so much Ichi talk, dude. Oh, look, another cloud thing. I think KNC had like a nice weekly flip. Yeah, nice weekly flip. Another reason why macro levels are good. I think KNC can still run. Overall, I don't think KNC is shitty. So I think it can run. AAL, here we go, another example. Bullish TK happened a little bit early. It's your choice if you want to bet early on that or not. For me, I think I would, just because it looks like it went ahead and broke out. So pushed all the way through, went ahead and shot through everything. So now the big thing over here with AAL, I think it'll probably look better over here. Yeah, AAL's on the weekly B band, so this is really important zone that it's at right now, this $15. So it must not lose $15 this week. If it loses $15, I think it'll be over. But a lot of these things, I think it'll be able to push out till June, July, early July, and then it'll be over. Then I don't know what's going to happen. But right now, my main target is just aiming for being bullish until July 4th. And then once July 4th happens. Yeah, I strictly trade stock options on stocks. I rarely trade spot. If I ever say I'm buying spot of something, it's because I'm adding it into my like 401k or something that's like a longer term thing. Never to like day trade. Yeah, AAL is not bad, but another thing with this whole AAL thing, somebody told me there's an ETF for all this stuff. So, do you guys know if there's an ETF for cruise lines? If there's a cruise line called like an ETF called Boat? Yeah, UUP is basically Dixie right now. So Dixie's that's what we're watching right now with Dixie as well. UUP's protection on like is basically the betting on the dollar goes up. So right now this is a main point of it turning around over here. So it really needs to turn around by July. So yeah, Jets is American airline. Is all the airplanes and everything. So we need one for like the boats, unless that's included here. Yeah, major support over here. It needs to really go ahead and flip over here on the $18, $19 level. Once we can go ahead and see this flip over here, I would say $18.75 to be safe. If this can go ahead and flip, we'll go ahead and see this push through a lot. INO. Yeah, we can check INO. I can actually go ahead and check the flow for INO too. See if there was any Friday. I'm thinking about dabbling in some biotech stocks because XBI looks pretty good, and you know what? Gotta start somewhere. So XBI, I had an alert come through for this one that this ended up breaking through. So XBI looks fucking amazing. XBI is going ahead and push through. Bullish TK is about to happen over here. Cloud formation's going through nicely. Nice push over here into Friday. So I'm really curious where this goes. I don't know if this has anything to do with the fact that Wave 2, quote unquote, whatever is going on about that stuff. So if that's why this is going up, then cool, pump it. I'm going to go ahead and be part of it. I don't want to miss out this time. Some of the order flow that I wanted to discuss too, which was really nice, was biotech flow for Friday. Highly unusual flow. Okay. Nope, I mean unusual. Alright, so here's was the unusual plays for that one, and INO had bearish play, so this is kind of sketchy for me. I'm going to go ahead and check the chart for INO too now, and figure out why it's sketchy. What the hell? I did sign this agreement, sir. Yeah, I mean, INO is in a little bit of no man's land right now. There's not really too much to it. It's on POC. Clouds are a little bit weak over here. I would say it would need a... It's to the point where, like, looking at this one, it basically, from what I'm seeing, it needs to... I would say this is the absolute weak. It needs to go ahead and push through this 1675 range. If this doesn't break over here on this range, I would say it needs to at least survive until the 26th of June. If it can survive to the end of the month on this volume shelf, consolidate a little bit more, I think then you'll have a little bit better of an explosion. But as of right now, the flow is saying a little bit bearish. If it's the target is up here and we're coming down over here, what's this flow saying? 13.5 is their target. And what's this? 13.5? 13.24? Not bad of a fucking target. Look at this. Right onto the volume shelf is what this person's aiming for next month. And I just explained that there's a little bit of a a little bit of a air like shitty cloud formation underneath. So that's really crazy to see that. Those are the kind of confluences you want to go ahead and look for when you're looking at these things. You want to go ahead and find these little cloud support areas that are getting a little bit weak. You want to find the POCs that's acting like the volume shelf. And if you're having weak price action up over here, then so be it. But yeah, that's cool. I like this a lot. And if I zoom out a little bit, like the bottoms over here. Ugh. Yeah, but I know. Here's some. Any of you degenerates that play these biotech and medical stocks recognize any of these? Ring a bell. HTGM. Yeah, we can check that. Okay, so here's a great example. So, turning off the B bands, you have just strictly Ichi. J-Bags, this one's for you, dude. So, why it's so important that I use that when I was trading off of here, like, to base my trades off of some funky shit that goes like this, that things wick off of, I was like, yo, how the hell do I do this? I'm like, this is okay. I'm like, that's cool and everything. I'm like, it goes up over here. I'm like, but then it's so far from these points. I'm like, what's it doing? I'm like, I guess I could draw my lines over here that are like price action lines. I'm like, but I just wanted to find something else. So let's go ahead and turn this back on. So you notice there's no like median point, I guess I would say it. So when I see it over here, you see the price action starting to curve. You see the bullish TK happen. There's that hook. What is XSPA? And so you see that hook over here, but look at this. You have this whole hook hold the whole time. The wicks even end up holding even a little bit better. You have the wicks holding up over here on this side. You can notice the price extensions on the B bands, the coming back to the mean point. Just so many things over here. So overall, I think this 20 SMA is held up as such a nice point for whatever this stock is. I would use that as a main point. I would say for it to survive and look a little stronger, I would say it would need a little bit of a push. Form this cloud a little bit better, maybe consolidate a little bit sideways, come down. But this is one of those under $1 stocks, which I don't really play these like this. I hate playing these, but not bad because that's a lot of volume. What the fuck? All right, I think I might play it for shits and giggles. Because I normally don't play it, but I'm going to go ahead and play it now. Like, I like this. I like the breakout over here. Let's go ahead and check it over here. Since this is a little bit more accurate. HTGM. Hold on, if I could spell. Oh yeah, like this is great. What was I doing over here? Weekly. I mean, price action's right on the weekly upper B band, so any kind of extension over here, it's forming basically new grounds at this point. So weekly versus the monthly it's doing now. Yeah, right on the volume shelf over here as well. If we go ahead and draw something over here. Yeah. Yeah, right? As soon as it gets into the cloud is the main point. So once it can go ahead and get into the clouds, I think we'll have a little bit of an issue here because we had the mid-monthly B-bands over here. So I definitely think it'll hit $1. That's no doubt in my mind. But the real thing is going to be is can we go ahead and clear over this $40, $30 range? If we can go ahead and get through that range, that's where we'll go ahead and make a lot of money. ExxonMobil. Okay, so just checking out some of the flow, seeing some of the cheap flow that came through last week. I'm curious on how we open Monday. So this is one of the big things I'm going to be doing Monday. As soon as we open up, I'm hoping I should be awake. I don't see why I wouldn't be awake. So I'm gonna go ahead and check this one, see what comes through early in the morning. I mean, there's definitely places that come through early in the morning that are make money. To give an example, if I can get this to range. What did I do? Yeah, like 9:31 AAL, $10 strike calls. Yeah, let's check it. What the fuck? CLF. Yeah, so once again, we had the price expansion outside of the weekly B bands. Middle point is acting as a nice, decent support. Just needs to get over a little bit. Like that's another one. This one doesn't look too bad, honestly. Heading up on Keijin as support. As long as it holds the middle weekly B bands level, I think it'll be okay. It'll actually start doing a lot better once it can go ahead and blow off through this area. But as of right now, I think it's going to go ahead and consolidate a little bit longer and probably play in this range a little bit more. Do you know which stocks per se? I don't really ever end up knowing which stocks or like which geographical location. So I don't see any geographical location in stocks. I only see money. Oh yeah, shit like this. Yeah. So I tweeted about this one, but I was a little late to it. IQ is a great example. Look, price doing a pattern, and then price going inside the clouds, forming, consolidating, and then bam, this one went so high. Options went like over 10,000%. I was so mad. I even tweeted about it. I was like, oh man, look, this is going. So I think one of the biggest things I'm gonna start focusing on this week is getting my goddamn alerts in. Like I really got to start creating my alerts over here. One of the cool things is that I can create the sensitivity on the alerts. So if you can see in the background, like that's what I mean. Like you don't have to aim for the exact same things on this one. So that's one of the coolest things I like. You can adjust the sensitivity on it to where, hey, if it does whatever I want according to these things, I can do it that way. So I really find this cool. I'm not even shilling it because I'm not going to show you guys a ref link or anything. Overall, I just personally really liked all this really cool features on here. So I think Monday, probably before stream, I'll sit with you guys and we'll go through a whole bunch of them depending on how they go and set up all these alerts, and whichever ones go through, I'll go ahead and tweet them out and we'll try to see if we can make some money on those, and we'll see if we can find some call flow. Do you guys want to know anything? I mean, we have a little bit of time left. We have 10 minutes left, so I was going to go ahead and hop over to crypto and do some crypto things. Anything else with stocks? You guys have any questions about options with stocks? What the hell cheddar flow is? Since you guys are here, might as well shill something. Affiliates. Hold on. I will shill my cheddar flow link. Because why not? That's my cheddar flow link. If you know what order flow is and you want to do what I do, yeah. Tilray flow. No flow on Tilray for Friday. So, but as far as the week overall goes, Tilray was super stupid bullish. Let's go check the chart on that real quick. Any DeFi alts? So Tilray has to go ahead and cross over the middle weekly B bands over here. Hold on, I'm just seeing if there's anything else, because you really want the span to go ahead and push through. So yeah, that's the main turning point over here. If it at any moment loses the POC, preferably I don't want it to go ahead and break out underneath the clouds and pop back up. So POC is really the last danger line over here. But if this can go ahead and clear over this 962 level, clear the middle weekly B bands, I think that's an easy target up over here. You have the Kijun up over here. There's a lot of people betting on Tilray. Order flow stupid bullish. So if we look at these targets once again without even me checking the order flow, we already see the stock that's oversold. We see these levels up here. Kijun's up over here. So this is where at what? 9, 17, 18, $20. What are these guys aiming for? Am I looking at the right thing? Yeah. Wow, okay, so they're getting in the money. Dang, okay. So looking at this one, so when I see the flow for this one, and I'm saying all those OTM targets, OTM targets, these guys are actually playing shorter term targets. Like, there's only a couple guys playing these $10 strike calls. There's not that many of them. I can go ahead and check for all of June in general. Yeah, highest strike comes up to only about 10-11. So that leads me to believe right off the bat, like 10-11 is only the top of this range on top of this Ichi cloud. So that still makes me think that this middle B-bands line is going to be a big magnet. So nobody's really expecting too much of a break. They're still just going ahead and just playing levels. Like the levels pretty much being candle wick high over there. And then the previous breakout point. So that's all I'm seeing over here on Tilray. I just see them playing a range, so I don't understand why people are super bullish on this one. Especially the people who are bullish on, that are bearish on SPY, but then they're bullish on things like this. I'm like, what? That makes no sense. Because this should technically follow. It followed all last year. No, but I can do that last before I go to crypto. NKLA. Insane. Last week, order flow remains super bullish. For the month of August, they seem to be super, super bullish on NKLA. $85 targets on it. So, dang, so this isn't, this isn't a bad play. It just needs to go ahead and get over the POC. Right now, it's just being a little magnet on the POC. There is a little bit of downside risk to about $56, but a little bit of harder support down at 52. Overall, I think this isn't looking too bad. Order flow is definitely supporting the moves on this one. Yo, what's up? What's going on, man? Oh, now the viewers start popping in. Once I'm an hour deep into it. Yeah, let's go ahead and... Hey, anything else? Anything else you guys want me to double check on? Oh, somebody said DKNG. I forgot to check on that. Sorry, sir. I mean, this is a monster. I don't understand why it keeps going up. I think it's just going to keep going. There's no need to stop it right now. I'm not fighting it. I'm not playing it. Look, what's this unnecessary volume? Yeah, this is definitely going to, like, disgusting. Yeah, $55. I wonder how options are priced over here. They're probably so dirty cheap. Let's see. DKNG. Yep. All bullish. How are they priced? They're actually priced really nicely. 619. So here we go. What we're looking for now is these guys right over here. So I guess if I want to go ahead and play them, I would want to play something like this one. Yeah, $50 strike over here, $1.60, not too bad. Still, second week of July. If this does go ahead and continue, this isn't bad at all. It's a sweet play. Nice chunk of open interest. The volume doesn't supersede the open interest, so I really, really like this play over here. If I want to go a little bit more degen, I can go ahead and pick something like this one. $41 just a strike. Play a little bit more in the money. Yeah, we were just talking about AMD a little bit ago. AMD doesn't look too bad. We're just waiting on AMD to make that little move, but yeah, I think AMD will definitely make that move upwards. Yeah, just in this price compression area. Just need to clear the 59.60 area and then send it to the moon. So DK and G. If you want to give yourself a little bit more time, they even have some things with time, like $60 strikes for this one, like 179 for this. If this doesn't gap up higher, this will be a really, really nice one. Oh, the link for what I'm using? There you go, good sir. Like, here's another one, 7.2, 290, 290. Oh, these aren't bad. I mean, they're a little bit way in the money and little weird ones, but not bad at all. Nice little lotto plays. Roku, dude, Roku looks fucking fantastic. Roku looks like has been lagging behind everything this entire time for most of the tech. Oh man, yeah, I don't ever do the link stuff for the chart. I don't know how to do it. Yeah, looking for Roku to go ahead and hit the 140 area again and then start mooning from there. Marvel pulled back, hitting our target already. I think this is going to go ahead and break the 20 SMA and come back down to about $32 around here, and then it's going to go ahead and continue after that. Cryptos, somebody said QNT. Quant, oof, look at this. This looks nice. When, Moon? Algo. Yeah, we could check Algo. Yeah, Algo's not bad. Hopping out of Bison. Still, with Algo, it still needs to clear over the 20 SMA on the weekly end of things, and then I'll go ahead and get bullish on it. Right now, it is not there. Here's one I was thinking about FOMOing into. Pretty irresponsible, huh? Look at it. The number just go up. So, I was thinking about buying this play. Yeah, let's check SQ. SQ beats the top of the band, so I don't know if this is going to go ahead and extend or not. We can go ahead and check it on the monthly level. Yeah, it's super extended. I would say it's likely going to go ahead and pull back a little bit. That's what the numbers are saying over here. I think SQ pulls back. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and grab some SQ puts on this one. Dude, Wabi, you can't be saying things like that, man. Wabi's looking so nice, man. Consolidation, I have a bag. My friend shielded to me, Sniper Zero shielded to me a little bit ago. So I've been in Wabi, just waiting for a bigger explosion than what's been going on. Like I would say, that's the magic box we need to go ahead and break. Yes, sir. Look at that volume candle. Volume candle, green, and it follows by red with an extension outside of the B-bands and a horrible candle over there. You definitely want to take off spot. I mean, even if it runs, if you got yourself a nice entry on spot, I mean, if you want to hold a bag, I would say if you got an entry underneath 160 on spot, I guess it doesn't hurt to hold it for long term. But if you're just being a trader, I'd say get out of spot. I mean, you made your money. You did really nice. So, I think it comes down for sure. RLC, not bad. Yeah, look at that. The weekly swing up, weekly bounce over there, weekly 20 SMA clear. Any kind of clear out over here would lead it into the clouds over here on the weekly end of things, meaning the targets would be 1, 2, and then somewhere around 3 would be the explosion up over here. Not bad. Tezzies, just stake it, dude. Just stake Tezzies. And just never stop staking it. Tezzies is going up to here for Bitcoin. XTZ. Tezzies is going to double digits, okay? It's very simple. My play on Tezzies has been making good money. I think Tezzies is going to go up to $4 or $5, and that's when you go ahead and take profit. So now that you brought up Tezzies, I'm going to go ahead and bring up Chainlink. Chainlink. Ready? Chainlink time. Alright. Tell me that Chainlink is not going to $10 so I can go ahead and block you. Okay? Because Chainlink is going to go to $10. When I see it at double digits and you deny me, I'm going to print that out and post that somewhere because it's going to double digits. Okay? I might even sell a kidney and buy some Chainlink. But yeah, Chainlink's big regrets that I didn't buy more Chainlink like the whole time I've been trading. Like if I would have just invested in Chainlink and I was here today, like you guys wouldn't even be seeing me. I'd be rich, man. Like so much Chainlink I traded every year for what? What fucking reason? Just for it to go all the way up here? I hate it. But now, don't worry. Chainlink said it'll bless me again, and it's going to go to double digits. So, I'm going to go ahead and dump on everybody at double digits. So, if you're going to ask me a target, it's double digits, and then dump on everybody you can, and short it to 0. Link. Looks bullish. What was the other ones that somebody mentioned to me that looked really good? Harris, somebody keeps mentioning this one to me. They said Bitgold looks really good. And I'm like, really? They're like, yeah, man, it looks really nice. And, I mean, I'm going to say this doesn't look nice. But, I'm going to try to see if I can find a bag of this stuff. It's my friend telling me it, and he's pretty spot on this stuff. I don't know why, but if he says to try it, I will try it. Yikes. Yeah, let's check futures real quick before I wrap up. Looking nice. Kijin bounce over here. We're going to go ahead and try to see if we can get a fake out again over here. Probably some fake out BS that's going to happen over here. Price action overall is looking really good on the daily. Daily looks good, but it's only 10 o'clock right now, so a lot of things can happen between now and 10 o'clock. If we go ahead and zoom into the 15 minutes, same thing as we discussed at the beginning of the streams. Like, these levels are very important. Like, this is where we want to end up at the close, or I mean by open in the morning. So that is what you want to do here. He said, give me 4K on SPY tomorrow. Sure. You're saying. You're telling me. You want Jay Powell to come through and just... I think that's limit. I think it's even higher for the end of the day. He said on Monday, just send it. All the way 30%. Looks good. Yeah, gold looks really, really nice. I was just talking about that one. Gold right now, the target if this week goes good so far is 1800, followed by 1850. I'm just messing with you, dude. Yeah, I would say 4K See, so it's not even like 4K is what I'm aiming for. If I had a target for SPY, it would be, there's just one gap fill left. Like, if we're going to go ahead and disrespect everybody and fill every single gap and V-shape recovery, like, this is the point to do it. Like, this is the one final gap. It's either they're going to fuck everybody over who's expecting the gap, or they're going to fill the gap and then dump. Now, to break a higher high, that's a whole nother story. I don't know how that's going to happen if we're going to break that high over there. But it's just going to go ahead and aim for the gap instead. It's a pretty decent gap from 326 all the way up to 330. So I got to get a little bit of space to play in that one. So that's another thing. Like, so we've been filling so many gaps on the upside. We've been developing gaps as well to the downside. And the ugliest one being this fucking gap over here that we started. So this isn't good. Just because if the reason I say it's not good is because what if something like this happens? We did go ahead and crash down. We did go ahead and V-shape recover. But what if we go ahead and do this? And then we start moving back up. So that's a big worry over here as well. And this makes more sense to me that this would happen. Just because, I don't know, we're getting close to election season. But if we can go ahead and blow through this gap, yeah, then bring on 400. Let Donald Trump's party continue. Anything else you guys want me to check on? I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. I don't want to extend the video too long. If you guys really want, I can always hop on later tonight or earlier tomorrow prior to 9. Just let me know by retweeting it and or commenting. So any order flow you guys want me to check on? Any questions? No questions too stupid, and no requests should be too crazy. For me, ZRX, ZIL. Well, I just know for a fact ZRX and ZIL are like one of my unnecessarily big bags. I mean, there's not even a need for why that's so big. But yeah, ZRX is one of my bags. Looking for a pop up to here. Come on, if we can get this bad boy back up, I'll be so happy. But I don't know. BAT USD. Oh yeah, this looks good. I think BAT's gonna go to 35 cents. Not bad at all. Wabi. Target in USD. Wabi. Oh, it says tail. So I mean, like, that's the thing. So like the way the levels would work over here. So that's the support. The first target level would have been initially would be probably something like this one, and then the next one would be something like this. So the thing with Wabi is that it has like sectionized levels to where it's going to go ahead and break out, and the reason for that is because of the structures to the left hand side. These structures all have high and lows, they all have consolidation levels, so that's why it's going to be a little bit of a slower break for tail. I think if anything it's going to be ones that run through. Now if I really want, I can do this. Hold on, I'm going to do it. Fuck it, I'll hang out with you guys a little bit longer. Let me make sure I have everything here. Let's see. I'm just gonna go to this person's feed because I like their feed. It is Mandy. So like this is a whole, so like here's a great example. So like Wabi has sectionized targets, but this doesn't have sectionized targets. So if I look at the weekly level over here, basically if this starts clearing, you have big targets over here. You have a big target over here up on this side. If that clears, you have a weekly target over here on the upside over here. So these targets are way more. RBN. Not bad. Weekly 20 SMA is really what you want to go ahead and clear. First target really would be over here. I'm sure you wanted me to check it in BTC instead. So with that in mind, yeah, BTC pair is in a buy box type situation. So I don't mind the BTC pair. BTC pair needs that weekly 20 SMA flip. Same situation over here. If I can get that weekly 20 SMA flip, then that wouldn't be a bag worth holding. But I would definitely have a tight stop loss on this one. Top unusual flow from Friday. Ooh, I like that question. So unusual flow for Friday for the ones I'd look at. Let's see. Yeah, these are basically the cheap ones that were cheap flows that were coming through. Yeah, I like this GLD play coming through. 51 cents for GLD looks really, really nice. Still worth playing in my opinion, especially if things start taking off with gold. If we're talking bullish gold, 1800 gold, I think GLD targets like this is good. Here goes some of those China stocks coming through. IQ, HYG. I don't know what this is. This is one I don't even know. Let's look at this. I didn't even see this. TME. 10 cent. Ooh, so yeah. So this is why I'm bullish on LGFA. Like a lot of these things are starting to take off. Like 10 cent. Like I want to grab a really big bag of this one and just relax on this one. This is a nice, decent breakout over here. I think this is going to continue a lot further. Nice, decent volume push over here. Failed breakout, re-entry over here. Another volume push. I think this goes like a lot higher. So this is one I wouldn't mind adding into my like longer term bag. EKO. Yeah, another shit coin. Like I can't even see the chart on it. But it's worth tossing money into because looks like there's a little heartbeat coming through. But this is a pretty big heartbeat, which already popped. Damn. Damn it. When did this pop? No, Mandy. God damn it. Yeah, this already popped. That sucks. Let's see. Yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for tonight. Thank you very much for joining. And if you guys have any questions, DM me. If you guys want to wait for me tomorrow morning, I'll be up 9:30 in the morning early, ready to go. And I will be around later on tonight. If you guys have any chart requests, if you want a little bit more analysis on them, DM me and I'll go ahead and tweet about them. All right. Have a good day. Be safe tomorrow morning. And remember, cash is your friend and it's okay to stay in it.